Welcome back to another episode of Live, Love, Shoot. Today we're doing another dismantle for you, but we have a little bit more of an exciting weapon for you. We have the Magnum Research Desert Eagle chambered in 50 Action Express. I absolutely love this gun. I've wanted this gun since I was a kid. I love this thing. It's fun to shoot. It's fun to dismantle. It's fun to clean. I love this gun. So I'm going to show you today how to dismantle it. We're going to do a basic field strip, just a slide, frame, barrel. And then we're going to go into the frame and we're going to pull that bolt out. We're going to pull that firing pin out so that you can see how to get in there and clean it properly. Let's go ahead and start. Eject your magazine. Always step one. Right? Check your weapon. The weapon is clear. We're going to lock the slide to the rear, right? And you're going to see this little button right here. You're going to push that while flipping this switch down. So you have your switch down. Now you have play in your barrel. You're going to gently and firmly send the slide home. Keep in control so that it doesn't knock your barrel off. Pull the barrel out. We're going to pull forward on the slide, maintaining control over this. Just pinch right here between these two pieces. Slide apart. You now have access to your guide rod, dual guide rod assembly. And this fun little piece right here. And that is your basic field strip of the Desert Eagle. We've got our field strip, nice and simple. And now we're going to go ahead and take apart the slide. We're going to pull the firing pin out. We're going to pull the bolt out. And we're going to pull this plunger out. And then you'll be able to see the internals. To start, you're going to want a tool of some sort. This is the head of a Dremel tool. You can use a nail. You can use a punch. You can use anything where the diameter is going to fit the back of the firing pin right here. Okay. Now for this to depress all the way, you want the weapon off of safe. Don't flip that off. You're going to push in right there. You're going to slide that block down. Okay. Now while you're doing this, you want to make sure that your finger is covering right here, covering this indentation in the slide so that the firing pin and the spring don't just come flying out the back. Cover that. Pull that block out all the way. I'm going to remove the block. We're going to allow the firing pin to come out, to slide out the back. Give it a little bit of assistance. We're going to get that firing pin spring out. And now we can move on to the bolt. Now, for the bolt, there's a couple different ways of getting that bolt out. My preferred way is quick and simple. I'm going to take this plunger right here. Part that goes like that, right? You're going to hold that down while pushing in on the bolt. And the bolt will start to turn slightly. And you can hold the bolt and the plunger down at the same time. While that is down, this part right there will simply fall out of the gun, fall out of the slide when you tip the slide over. And that's what holds the bolt in place. Now you can allow the plunger, be careful with it because it can shoot out. The plunger can now come out, the plunger spring, and your bolt. Now we have a completely dismantled Desert Eagle, and you are now ready to do a thorough, in-depth cleaning of your firearm, which I strongly recommend at all intervals of shooting. So we have our barrel, we have our dual guide rod assembly, we have our firing pin spring and our firing pin, we have the rear block. We have the piece that holds the bolt in place. We have our plunger. We have our plunger spring. We have our bolt, slide, and frame. go ahead and put it back together. Nice and simple, right? Start in reverse order. Take your plunger spring and put your plunger spring in, making sure that this flat edge faces the inner portion of the chamber. And then take your plunger, and the plunger only goes in one way, so you shouldn't have too much trouble here. But that triangle needs to go facing towards the inner chamber, and that hole goes around the spring. You're going to push down on the plunger and hold the plunger in place so that you can slide the bolt in more easily. For the bolt placement, you have your extractor right here, the one with the hook on it. You're going to take that and make sure that it's to the right side of the chamber of the gun. Go ahead and slide that bolt into place, and the plunger should rest up against the bolt. You can see on the bolt where it's slightly silver because of the wear. You're going to hold that bolt down, okay, and you're going to get this piece, and you're going to slide that on in. Now when dropping this in, it may not line up properly. It could be crooked. Just take the firing pin and you can direct it in any way necessary. Okay? But we want it just like that. And that's what will allow the firing pin to slide back into place where it belongs. So, take your firing pin spring, slide that on in. Take your firing pin, and you want the curved portion of your firing pin. It is curved here, and it is flat here. You want the curved portion with the grooves facing the top. Slide it on into the firing pin spring. Push it in. Take your rear block. You gotta push down on the firing pin and slide the block up. Now remember, the curved edge goes up. I'm going to slide that up, and that will hold the firing pin in place long enough for you to get your tool, push the firing pin in, and push the block all the way up, seating in place, allowing the back end of the firing pin to protrude out that hole. You have now reassembled your slide. We now need to focus on the guide rod, this guy, the barrel, and the frame. One of the key elements here to remember is we have these two holes right here. Right there and right there. Now that's where the ends of the guide rod need to seat into those holes. So to start, honestly don't know what this guy is called, but you're going to pop him in there. You're going to turn him. If you have it like this, the guide rod assembly will not seat in there properly. If you have it like that, it'll work, and if you have it like that, for the most part, it will seat itself in. I'm going to start right there. Take your guide rod with the nipple part right there, and we're going to go ahead and pop that into that crevice using our thumb and middle finger or forefinger to hold it in place. Now we have our grooves here. We have our grooves here. We're going to slide this together. Full length groove for the slide, while ensuring that the guide rod, the ends of it, the feet, seat into those holes. And once it does, you'll have a little bit of play like that. Take your barrel, place it in, put it into place, and apply pressure until it matches up with the slide here and seats into the chamber housing. Flip over, applying pressure, flip your switch, and you no longer have play. Okay, you can now function check the weapon. That's a beautiful sound. Okay, put your weapon off of safe, ensuring that your function. Okay, wonderful. Insert your magazine, and you have now completed your disassembly and reassembly of your Magnum Research Desert Eagle. That's fun, right? It was a fun gun. This is a fun gun to dismantle. I really enjoy it. It's got just enough parts to make it challenging and to keep me entertained. I quite enjoy this. I hope you did too. If you have any questions, please put them down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit subscribe. Stay tuned for what we got coming in the future. I still got a few more to show you. We got one that's really difficult, and I'm still trying to master that one. It's a pain. It's a pain, but we're gonna get to it. Always remember, live, love, shoot. Stay safe. Deuces.
Don't judge me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, snap! Is it excessive? Yeah! Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful.